A little bit of a rock area right over here. This is just in the beginning of the trail. Nothing really crazy. The crazier stuff comes in halfway in, and it's the harder stuff. Caught on the rock. Oh, sorry about that. Trying to keep the jacket out of the camera, but it's a bit. I gotta find some way of getting some kind of device that allows me to record and control the vehicle at the same time. It's kind of hard holding the camera and controlling the truck at the same time. This really isn't one of the bigger main obstacles. It's just a little, like I said, a little rock area here. You could go up the easier, almost busted my ass, easier side there, or there's a little bit of rocks here on this side you could crawl, or down the middle you can go on this other area. This coming up is the first obstacle, and if it rains, it's even harder than an obstacle than when it's dry. Harder on you and harder on the truck, because you can slip and fall, and the truck's not going to have much traction either. And just to kind of give you an idea here of what here. I'm 5'7", 5'8". I'm standing straight up. The camera's at now it's at eye level. And it's a fairly steep endeavor, depending on which line you take. There's a controller over there. But let's get at it. Now, the nice thing about this obstacle is there's two ways to go about it. If you're not feeling lucky, like you're going to be able to accomplish it with your crawler, you can come up this way along, and there's a way around to get on top over there. I'm going to try it. I don't have the best of tires. Oh, and I just rolled it. These tires I have on here now are the stock Traxxas Trail Canyon tires. Not stock for this vehicle because it's a Red Cat Gen 8. But they're stock tires for a crawler in general. I did do the trimming trick on the treads to give it a little better performance. So let's go ahead and see how it does. I'm not expecting a lot. This Gen 8 was built by the person I bought it from. Oh, there it goes. Come up on the side because I know I ain't gonna make it up. Oh, go, 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 go. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Didn't do too bad. But you could go, if you wanted a little harder challenge here, come up this line here, kind of get at it and go up, or like I did, come off to the side here and come back and up. A good set of tires will help you on this obstacle only because of the steepness, and like I said, when it gets slippery, it is going to be a bit more of a trickier of an obstacle. And there you could see where I was standing down there. But let's go ahead and hit the next obstacle, which is going to be down more. So I'm going to pause the video from here. We are not exactly at the next big obstacle yet, but I did want to show you some of the other cool things about this trail, because like I said, that down there, way down yonder over there, is that first big obstacle. But along the path you run into decent sized rocks you could have some fun on too, make some kind of a little challenge or something out of. And you know, did you get a little bit more progressively bigger in the middle of the trail, like this big guy here, and the ones over there up ahead, as you can see there, and this guy here. But yeah, it's a nice thing about this trail. And another cool thing about this trail, try to come over a little bit more to the right. Yeah, we get that droop in, that might help. Yep. Nope. And that was close. I almost lost a crawler today. Woo, that would have been bad. I'll be right back. But yeah, as I was saying, another cool thing about this trail is no, not the drop off right here that could probably kill you if you fell down it. Down there, you could probably hear, if I'm quiet and shut up, you could hear and actually see right there water. You see the running water? That is another trail that runs parallel with this trail that we're on. There's this one that leads up to the highest point of the mountain to the lookout, and that one down there along that waterfall thing, little stream thing, is the other trail that leads all the way up to the main big waterfall if you follow it over there. But yeah, all right, time to trek on and on to some more fun. We got a little bit of footage over here of this, and then I'll catch back up with you guys on the next obstacle. These little RC trucks just make hiking that much more fun. Now this little smaller obstacle, which isn't really a big thing, or one of the bigger hardcore ones, you can go a couple ways about it. You can come up this area right here and straddle it along that, or go up the side there, or if you want to bypass it altogether, go up this way. Like that. But yeah, I'm gonna play around off to the side here. header. So another thing to mention about these trails in the Naugatuck Forest is a lot of them are color coded. You got a purple trail, you got a red or orange trail. This trail that I'm on, I usually come to this point here and go up here along this trail, which I believe is called the Purple Trail. This one, as you can see, there's another orange mark there, and there is the orange trail, I believe, or red, or whatever you want. I'm gonna call it orange just for sake of argument. You can see there a purple mark, because that's where the Purple Trail interacts with the orange trail. Now you can hear the gunshots in the background. Sorry for that. That's the gun range up over that way more. There's about 5,000 acres here at the Naugatuck Forest, surrounding the gun range and other areas like that. Plenty of hiking trails around. There is still nature and wildlife we have to watch out for. It's a good idea to have a buddy system here with you. Fortunately today I'm alone, but not alone. I did bring protection just in case I needed it. My good friend Kershaw over there. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but anyway. Yeah, back to the trail. Now this is her Purple Trail, which is I believe the hardest trail here, next to, I believe, the one that's here as well, down along the stream up to the waterfall. That trail in itself is a very hard trail too, and it is, for the most part, very hard. I would say, depending on the time of the season you're looking to hike, that trail is the harder one to hike. Because when it's fall like now, it's slippery, there's leaves there, it gets wet. It's very slippery and very dangerous. And there's a lot of crazy hard obstacles where you can fall, get injured. As for here, on the Purple Trail. But, luckily there's no running water by this one. This trail here, the Purple Trail. So you mainly just gotta deal with the leaves you gotta be careful of, slipping and whatnot, in your surroundings. But with the wildlife or whatever, yeah. But getting back to the trail, let's get back here to the trail. Now I'm gonna try and do this like as an all the way through video, but for whatever reason, if they get timed out and I have to record another part 2 or 3, whatever, I'll do that as well if it gets to that. But let's get back to the trail. Happy hiking. Now this Purple Trail, for the most part, is where things start to get a little more crazier, a little more hectic, and the challenges become a bit more observant, or more, in your face and well known. See, Purple Trail, because the more depth you get deep and get into the Purple Trail here, the harder it gets, and the higher up in elevation. So if you're asthmatic, or you have issues with that, breathing and stuff like that, different elevations are harder, stuff like that, be cautious of hiking on a trail like this. But you can see how we're getting up there now. This is another obstacle here I like to call a frame twister, because there's a lot of rock structures, jagged and pointy rock structures for your RC truck to crawl over, as well as the tree vines, or whatever you call them in there, and it kind of creates a bit of a challenge, especially if you can get like a wheel or something stuck in there, and it could potentially either snap axles or stuff like that if you're not careful. But even still so than that, this obstacle being the next obstacle in line. The next challenge, it's not too challenging, but it is still a challenge if you're not careful and you're not say you don't choose your approach angles and lines wisely. You can potentially break stuff still. But again, that's still not the hardest. It does get harder from here. This here is still a part of it. I'm trying to make sure I keep the truck ahead of time so you can get some good footage too. You can see up ahead, that's definitely the first biggest hardest obstacle because it's another incline. We'll see as we get up closer. A lot of rock structures and whatnot, and it goes up and higher, and there is a drop off, which is a bit dangerous. And there's rocks and tree things as well. Tree roots. That's the word I'm looking for. Roots. The roots. Now this first part of the obstacle is probably the most challenging. If you take that more challenging route, which is on this side, because it's basically a step. You can try and side hill this up, or crawl up this side part of the hill. Let me move my finger out the way so you can see. And go up this side here, and then go up that way. Or you can carefully come up this side and up, and then you can get around there. But regardless, what waits for you is the drop off. Granted, it's not too bad. If your crawler falls off, you can still get at it. But you can still get hurt if you're not careful. You don't want to break no bones or sprain any muscle or anything. But as we get up higher, it does get more dangerous. So, let's have at it. I think I'm going to attempt this side. And I'm going to try it with one hand because I'm still recording. I do not know how well that's going to go. I'm probably not going to make it. Nope. I didn't think I was going to do that. I didn't think I was going to make it. But, there we go. Now it's my turn to get up this obstacle without falling. Like that. To me, this is one of the more challenging and funner trails. The waterfall trail is still a very hard trail to do with a lot of not bad, but steep and difficult obstacles. It's a big rock here, a tree, some more rocks and tree stuff. You gotta make sure you find your angle to get the best traction. Or cheat and take the easier route if you feel more comfortable. Which to me isn't really exactly cheating. You want to save your rig. The whole point of coming out here in these hiking trails and forests is to have fun here. This is why I don't ever really get into the crawling competitions, because number one, I don't have a rig that's I'm going to help it a little bit there. I'm on one, I don't have a trail rig, a rig for set directly for competitions. Although this particular crawler is kind of an in-between a trail truck and something I could set up and crawl on the rocks as a competition if I kind of wanted to. But I have so much more, I have much fun here. This is the impossible obstacle because it's just, there's no doing this. And as like you could say, as I was saying, there's a drop off. And if it falls down there, you're not getting it. So it stays down there. But let me walk over this obstacle because I'm not going to even attempt it. Now again, as I wanted to show you, right with my foot off is all of it, all drop off. You really literally have this little area slightly wider than the truck for air room. Ooh, see, I almost went off already. But I have more fun on these trails because there's more. I mainly got into the hobby for the fun of it. I'm sure some people have fun with the competitions and stuff, but those are more people who like the competition aspect of it and have fun competing. I don't like the competing aspect because for me that's more of a challenge than a fun. But here's the next big obstacle. And it goes straight up, as I'll show you here. Straight up. And on the other side, drop off. And that's Route 8, the highway. Over there you can't really tell, but you'll see in a second. So I'm not even going to attempt to try and record this and crawl it. So I'll get back to you in a second because it's very steep and it's very sketchy. So I'll get back to you. Well, this here, as you can see behind me, we're almost at the summit at the top. This is another section I wanted to kind of skip through. It's the same thing, really steep, crazy obstacles, and it's kind of slippery. There is a lot of leaves, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, summertime might be a little easier, and there is some moss here on some of these rocks, but that is another tricky part. There is some good lines and obstacles to crawl, but it's mainly just flat, slippery, steep rocks and some tree roots. Like a lot of you can see here, there's a lot of tree roots here. But yeah, we're gonna get up to the summit now, top, and I'll show you what's going on up there. See y'all in a second. All right, everybody, we have reached it. What's going on with the camera here? Here we are. All right, flip this thing around for y'all. We are here at the top of the mountain. And it does go up a little bit more, as you could probably see over here, but I ain't going over there. And there's another trail. Purple trail continues a little more up here. And there's probably another lookout over there where those people are coming, but this is where I'm going. The Route 8 lookout. And as I get closer over here into the opening, you'll be able to see more. Why? And this here is where there's some more cool obstacles up top here. But this is where you want to be 100% more careful with what you choose to crawl on and what you don't, because it's all a drop off. But give me a second here. Like I said, some of these obstacles are pretty wild. You can see the Naugatuck River over there and Route 8, Purple Trail. everybody. We made it. This is what it's all for. Makes everything worth it. Makes the whole trek up the mountain worth it. The peace, the tranquility, the calmness, the air, fresh air, the view, makes it all worth it. See Naugatuck River and Route 8 over there. And Route 8 here. Obviously, I ain't going to be playing around on these rocks with the crawler because this is a long way down. There's the train tracks. Naugatuck River's on the other side of it, and Route 8. Over there's a road, and there's one originally parking lot over there, which is where we normally would go and park, right over here. But you park over here to get to this top of the mountain. It is nice over here. You can get a little closer. This is what it's all worth. This is what it's all for. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little trip, this little hike up the mountain here. Truck is. Oh, it's on the other side of this bush here. Kind of see it back there. I think that's it. But yeah. Peace out to the next one. Thanks for watching. Like these kind of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all on the next one.